So I know I'm gonna get beat up about this, and not all of you are going to agree, but one opinion that I have that is a little unpopular, a little controversial, is the fact that I'm not a fan of the normal, typical ice fishing reels that most of you are probably using. For me, these 500 size reels, even the 750s are better, but these smaller reels to me are just not the deal, and there's a number of reasons for that. Number one is when you're using a small little reel like this with a tiny little line arbor, I don't know how well you can see that, but the line is much more likely to come out coiled and have memory because you're twisting that line around a tiny little loop versus a bigger reel. It has a bigger line arbor and you're just much less likely to get line twist. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is these smaller reels just tend to be cheaper, not quite as high quality and durable all around. And so more often than not, you're gonna end up with issues using a smaller, cheaper reel like this than versus using something that's just a little bit bigger. And I'll get into what I would recommend a little bit later into the video. But when you're using a better, higher quality reel that's a little bit bigger, the technology is just gonna be a little bit better and you're not gonna have those bad, issues that you might have that might cost you a big fish. Reason number three is kind of along those same lines. Typically, these smaller reels don't have as good of a drag, so if you happen to hook into a better fish, you're just gonna have issues. Reason number four, the final reason, is it's gonna cost you more money technically. So these reels, these smaller reels, they're cheaper, and obviously you can get more of them for less money. But if you already open water fish and you have some, full-size reels, whether that's a 1,000, 2,000, or bigger, you already have those reels, so there's no need to go out and get another reel. So what I would recommend on my ice rods, what I like to use, more often than not, I'm using a 1,000 size reel, and that's just a little bit bigger, but the line arbor tends to be a decent amount bigger. And not only that, it just seems like the quality just goes up in spades once you hit that 1,000 mark as far as the size goes. And then for me, 1,000 is kind of the base. I'll use that for panfish, I'll use it for walleyes, all different stuff like that. And the biggest I will ever go for my ice reels is usually like a 2,500. You could go a little bit higher than that if you happen to be chasing lake trout, or you're gonna be tangling with some really big, maybe 40-inch pike or something like that. Then you could go even bigger, but 2,500 is kind of one of the bigger, more bulkier setups that I like to use. So yeah, that is my quick rant. I know not all of you are going to agree with that. I've spoken with a lot of people who are really good anglers who swear by a 750, for example, and they think that's just a good all-around size. And there are some benefits to these smaller reels. Some of them have the push button collapsing for the reels, so it actually fits into rod cases a little bit better. But for me, that's kind of basically where the benefits end. And all the other advantages are in 1,000 size reels or bigger. So that's just my 2 cents. Grab the reels off of your rods, save a little money for not having to buy extra rods for ice fishing, and you're just gonna have a lot better, higher quality product when you're on the ice. You're not gonna have the line coil, you're not gonna have as many failures, and you're just gonna have a lot better time on the ice because you're not gonna have equipment problems. All right, if you enjoyed this video, I think you're really gonna enjoy this video I'm gonna put right here. This is 10 ice fishing mistakes that me and my buddy Brett went through. There's a lot of really good information in there. Check out that video right now.